All right. Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my bookish life. Today I want to try to figure out my best book of 2022 using the brackets. So basically what's going to happen is January and February are going to be up against each other, and then March and April, May and June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I will then narrow those down to the best 6 and then the best 3. Once I get to the best 3, then I will pick my favorite. This could either be the best thing or the dumbest thing I've ever decided to do on my channel. All right, so starting with January. Now I'm trying to do this looking at all of my books. I am going to come up with a best middle grade, best adult, best YA, and best nonfiction. I will still be making a video of that. However, I want to see if I can do this without separating them into those categories. So I look at January. January, I read 18 books. Man. Why am I doing this? I can't. I'm going to put a graphic right here of all the books that I read. It just will have their covers in January, I think. So I have Finley Donovan is Killing It, that I loved. Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, that I loved. Thursday Murder Club. Oh, I so loved that one. Okay, so I guess, okay. And Omar Rising. Oh my gosh. Okay, so those 4. I think I'm going to go with Finley because honestly, I have gone out and made sure that I bought, I pre-ordered every book in that series since Finley Donovan. So, granted, we're on the 3rd one. I've pre-ordered that. But anyway, for January, it's Finley. Okay. That was doable. Okay. So we're going to go to February. In February, I read 14 books. Why am I doing this? Okay. It's between The Boys on the Boat by Daniel James Brown and The Edge of In Between by Lorelei Saverin. But the one that I think about more often is The Edge of In Between. So it's Edge. It's Edge. Edged it out. All right. Okay. March was middle grade March. I have so many great middle grade. This is dumb. Okay, I read 20 books in March. I can absolutely tell you which books I didn't love in March. There weren't a lot of them, but okay, so it's between All 13 by Christina Soontarrant, or The Bookshop of Dust and Dreams by Mindy Thompson. But of those 2, All 13 is the one that I'm like, yeah, so All 13. I want you to know that in my head, I feel very brutal and I am crying inside. This is torturous. All right, so April, I read so many great books. Dear Mrs. Bird was wonderful. The Reckoning of Gossamer Pond was wonderful. Guernsey, Potato Peel Pie, Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Oh, the Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society. Oh, man. I think that's it. That's the one. Oh, but Confessions of a Prairie Bee. Oh, man, I loved that too. Okay, no, it's Guernsey. We're going with Guernsey. Okay, so May. This is going okay. Whew. Okay, May, I read 20 books. I wrote down my favorites as Scritch Scratch and Singing with Elephants, which if those are my two choices, it's definitely Scritch Scratch. But are those really my only two choices? Yeah, it's Scritch Scratch. Scritch Scratch by Lindsay Curry, which I read for Bookathon. All right, June. So far I have an adult audience book and a middle grade audience book up against each other. Let's see what happens in June. June, I read 17 books. I wrote down my favorites as Inheritance Games and Close Quarters. I really liked Inheritance Games, but I think in terms of my favorite, I think of Close Quarters when I think of those characters and how much I loved those characters and the interaction. So I'm going to go with Close Quarters for June by Amanda Ziba. Ugh, this is brutal. July. Let's get to July. Okay. Whew. All right. July, I read 22 books. Oh my gosh. I read okay. So I wrote down my favorites as Thirst, Plot Twist, and XOXO. Oh man, I loved all three of those. Thirst is middle grade. I'm actually reading it with my 5th graders right now. And they are enjoying it. I loved Plot Twist, and it had a lot to do with, this was the book that I needed at that moment. Like, I needed Plot Twist. I needed that laugh. I needed to feel that happiness. It was so good. But XOXO. I have recommended both Plot Twist and XOXO. At XOXO, there's like a viral video, like a viral TikTok that she doesn't realize looks one way. It's so crazy and ridiculous, and I loved it, and I cried. Did I cry at Plot Twist? I don't think I did. We're gonna go with XOXO because XOXO made me cry, and I don't think Plot Twist did. Actually, I do think Thirst did. However, August, I read 20 books. One of the books that I read was a reread of Dear Edward that I absolutely loved. And I wrote down my favorites as The Bodyguard by Catherine Senner and A Rover Story by Jasmine Warga, which I am reading the Rover Story with my other students this month. But did I love... Did I love Rover Story more than The Bodyguard? No, I didn't. if I was doing, oh man, I have to go with The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I loved that book. Also made me cry. Okay, all right, September. Am I really? I'm doing good. Okay. September, I read 17 books. I wrote down my favorites as Otter, Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and Girl in White. Of those three, Girl in White is also by Lindsay Curry, which is would be the second one that I put of Lindsay Curry's on this list. I am not going to do that though. Not because I don't want to, or I'm not not allowing it, but it's between Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Otter, and it's going to be Otter. Just. I almost had a YA on here, but I didn't. Okay. It's Otter's fault. All right, October, I read 17 books. It was Catch-a-Pathon. Oh my gosh. I can't do this. I wrote down as my favorites Other Birds, The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery, This Tender Land, She Wouldn't Change a Thing, and Book of Cold Cases. I don't know what to do. Except I do know what to do. It's A.J. Fickery. It is. But I loved all those books for what they were and for different reasons. But it's AJ because it is. So many 5 stars in October. Oh my gosh. Okay, November, I read 13 books. And I wrote down Broken Girls and Wedding Dress Sewing Circle as my favorites. Broken Girls is Simone St. James, and Wedding Dress Sewing Circle is Jennifer Ryan. Part of the reason I loved Wedding Dress Sewing Circle so much is because I was buddy reading it. So I really think because of that, my enjoyment was swayed a little bit more. So I think I have... Oh, I loved the silent piece. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broken Girls. Because for Broken Girls, I didn't falter at all in terms of what my rating was going to be. Wedding Dress Sewing Circle, I did go back and forth. So December, I read 23 books, and I'm not even, it's Ove. It's Uva. Ova, it's a man called Ova. So, for January and February, I have Finley Donovan is Killing It versus The Edge of In Between. And it's going to go to Edge by Lorelei Saverin. March and April, I have All 13 and Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society, and it's going to Guernsey. That hurt. I didn't like that. Okay. Then I have Squitch Scratch and Close Quarters. Again, whose idea was this? Close Quarters. Oh, gosh. So I have XOXO versus The Bodyguard. Bodyguard. Okay. All right. And then I have AJ Fickery and Otter for September and October, and it's AJ. And then November, December, it's Broken Girls and Ove. Stinks to go up against Ove, huh? Okay. Oh, man. Okay. It's Uva. Okay. So then I have The Edge of In Between versus Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, and it's going to be Guernsey. Then I have Close Quarters versus The Bodyguard, and it's The Bodyguard. And then I have AJ Fickery versus a man called Ova. I don't want to play anymore. It's a man called Ova. I've pronounced his name differently so many times during this video, and I'm sorry, but it's Ova, and honestly, that's the winner. It's A Man Called Ova, which I read the second to last week of the year. It's my favorite book of the year is A Man Called Ova. I did not like that. I hope you did. Let me know what you think of my choices down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you. Like and subscribe if you feel the urge. I hope that you have as much trouble coming up with your favorite book of the year, because that means you read a lot of great books. I also hope you're finding something wonderful to read, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.